Some of these trade proposals that are coming about are just ridiculous. And, now there's a Clippers Lakers trade proposal that's out there right now, and it's involving somebody that I think the Clippers never, ever should try to go after, in my opinion, especially based upon after what I've seen in L.A. this past season, is D'Angelo Russell. Now, as you see on the screen, the proposed trade is for Robert Covington and Mason Plumlee for D'Angelo Russell. I mean, I personally don't care whether they were, Plumlee or Covington is on an expiring contract. I don't care whether they're injured or whatever the case may be. I don't want D'Angelo Russell at all on any team of mine if I'm trying to win a championship. He is just not championship material. His game is just built for the moment. And his game is really just built to, make good plays at times, to keep himself relevant in the NBA so he can just continue to get a paycheck. Because to me, his game is nowhere near what it should be in regards to what I thought of what he could be by now. Now, that could be the fact that, playing for teams like the Timberwolves and, teams like that may have stunted his growth a little bit. But, I mean, all in all, I still think, he should be a way better player than what he is by now, especially him being a high draft pick like he was coming out of college and a lot of expectations of him. And as much talent as he has, you would think he'd be a lot further by now. But really, he's just a little bit better than a player of what he was a couple years ago or a few years ago when he started in the league. I don't know. I guess I just expected more out of D'Angelo Russell because his talent is very immensely high. So, it's just one of those things. But either way, it didn't work out that way, or at least not so far in his career. But, I mean, you got to look at it for what it's worth. He's not a championship caliber point guard. The Lakers are, they're trying to trade him probably this offseason, even before this Clippers Lakers trade proposal came out, because he's just not really built for the big games. And analysts say it. I mean, I've said it. I'm pretty sure other people have said it about D'Angelo Russell. He's got a lot of talent, but talent doesn't mean you're built for those big games, those big moments where you got to be accountable for what you do, and what you do affects the team in a way to where whether they win or lose based upon your gameplay, because everybody else, or at least mostly everybody else, is like carrying their weight. And see, with D'Angelo Russell, like, he'll put up points, he'll give you assists and all those things, but he'll not show up when you need him to in big moments, in big games. And the Lakers see that. And I think there's a reason why the Lakers are trying to off him now and send him off somewhere else, or maybe, add him in a package deal to send him somewhere else if they can, because they don't really see, they're not really getting anything out of him that they feel like they need. Now, of course, in their eyes, they might look at him as more of an upgrade than Russell Westbrook, but how much of an upgrade is he? Because, when you look at him in the playoffs and that series against the Denver Nuggets, a team like that where it's more traps, it's more defensive players, it's more, situational situations that you have to play against better teams, better competition. He isn't built for that. And he's shown that throughout his career, and he's shown that up until this point that he's not built for that. So, I don't really see the point of having him as your starting point guard if you're trying to win. I just don't see it. Now, like I said, things could change with his career because he's still got time. He's still young, and he's still got time to develop a lot of things. I just don't think what D'Angelo Russell gives is a fit for the Clippers. I just go ahead and roll with the Clippers guy. I'd rather keep Russell Westbrook, to be honest with you, because Russ is definitely a lot better player, for one, and number two, just the simple fact that, Russ can do more to me in regards to just all around natural ability. I definitely think, he does a lot more, for his teams or whatever, just because Russ is Russ. And like I said, the way he plays, you can't really compare him to too many people. But D'Angelo Russell is just it's just off. That's just an out of situation. That's out of sight, out of mind type situation. If I were the Clippers, I wouldn't even entertain something like that, because like I said, it's just a waste. And a lot of these trade proposals are really, really bad because they're not giving the Clippers back what they need. They're giving the Clippers a bunch of role players that they really don't need, because they already have a bunch of role players. So, really, this is just another, situation to me. Nothing that's really going to come of it. I think it's just, pretty much all speculation. There again, I'm pretty sure there are some talks between the Lakers and Clippers, some people on the inside, management, people like that, about certain things, simply because they're both in LA, and the simple fact they're, within the same building. So, I mean, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of conversation that goes on, but it's just not a lot of action that goes behind it. So it's just one of those situations where I think, it's proposable to the degree of the Clippers maybe needing more of a substantial point guard, but I'm not trading, Robert Covington and Mason Plumlee, who just re-signed with the Clippers, a very minimal deal, but he still just re-signed with the Clippers, and he's a perfect fit for the Clippers, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't trade away Rocco for somebody like D'Angelo Russell. I wouldn't even do it straight up. Even if it was a straight up trade, I wouldn't even do it. I think Rocco is way more valuable in the long run. I think D'Angelo Russell has moments where he looks like he could be the type of point guard teams would love to have, to try to, utilize to help win a championship. But, in moments and spurts, it's not going to win you championships. You got to be consistent. You got to be a dog. You got to be hungry. You got to attack, and you got to have that mentality like, I'm the best point guard on the floor. And I don't never really sense that in D'Angelo Russell. So since he doesn't have that type of dog or mentality in him, it's a waste of time for the Clippers to even entertain it. And I definitely think, if the Clippers are having conversations with the Lakers about that, I think the conversations need to end. But either way, leave your comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think, and we'll talk about it.